Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Before I go on with the video, I first want to thank all of you for helping me reach 250 subscribers. I think this is a really cool accomplishment and I appreciate all the love, all the support you guys have shown towards me and the channel. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you guys are subscribed because I have a lot more content coming soon and you guys do not want to miss it. Now in today's video, we are talking about the GTX 1060. Now according to the latest Steam hardware survey, the GTX 1060 is the most popular card being used today, which is crazy to think that because this card released in August of 2016, which is over 4 years old at this point. Now, I actually never really managed to use a 1060 before until recently. This is the ASUS ROG Strix 6GB model, and it's been sitting inside that NZXT H1 build that I did a while ago, which you guys can check right here. Now that computer hasn't been used a lot until recently, so I decided to just make a video and see exactly how well this card performs. Now for the test rig, I'm pairing the GTX 1060 with that super rare Ryzen 3 3300X, along with 16GB of 3200 MHz speed RAM. It's all mated to an ASUS ROG Fatality B450 Mini ITX motherboard, which is housed inside that pretty looking but expensive NZXT H1 case. Now, not realizing until the end, I noticed that this rig is the most popular configuration according to the Steam survey. A quad-core processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and a GTX 1060. This is what the majority of PC players have in 2020. So naturally, we're going to focus on the most popular resolution today, which is still 1080p. Now, just a quick disclaimer. I always say the word highest preset when I'm doing my benchmarking. There are some games that will say ultra or epic preset, but I say the word highest preset because that's the highest preset that the game will allow me to have. It's not actually called highest preset. I just say that to just keep it as a standard for all my benchmarking tests. Now, let's get into the benchmarks. The first game is Shadow of the Tomb Raider. In its highest preset, I managed to get 60 frames per second with 1% lows of 44 frames per second. I think this is the bare minimum in regards to AAA titles, and I'm glad that the 1060 can deliver that with maximum settings. In Forza Horizon, I managed to get 85 frames per second with 1% lows of 71 frames per second at its highest preset. This is a good mix of relatively high frames and high quality, and I'm fairly impressed at these numbers. In Overwatch, I managed to get 112 frames per second with 1% lows of 99 at its highest preset. I think this is a really good number to hit, and for those with high refresh rate monitors, you can easily dial down the graphics to surpass 144 FPS. In Call of Duty Warzone at the highest preset, I pulled 116 frames per second with 1% lows of 77 frames per second. This game gave me more graphical issues with some frame drops. I'm not sure if it's the game or the fact that 6 gigs of VRAM might not be enough to handle this specific game at full graphical settings, but you should definitely lower the graphics on this title for a more smooth experience, in my opinion. And finally, in Fortnite at its highest preset, I managed to get almost 80 frames per second with 1% lows of 54 frames per second. I know a lot of people don't play this at its highest preset, but I still think this is a fairly good number to hit, and obviously lowering those settings will easily net you over 100 frames per second. So overall, I can see why the GTX 1060 has remained the most popular card for almost half a decade. It manages to keep performing well over 60 FPS in modern games today at the most popular resolution. For those looking to get a used 1060, I would definitely recommend getting the 6GB variant because the 3GB variant might be a detriment at high textured games. Even 6GB might pose problems for big games like Warzone, but it will definitely fare you better than the 3GB model. I really love the GTX 1060, especially the ROG Strix variant. I think it really holds its own at 1080p over the last few years, and I think anybody getting this card will be extremely satisfied with the performance it can give you. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit like. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more of my future content, and we will see you all in the next one.